would you say that the rope dart is the hardest weapon to learn? And give us a quick, like, maybe verbal breakdown of how you would go about, like, a beginner's guide of how you go about using it.
Yeah, so like something like rope dart is considered one of the more advanced weapons in Shaolin.
Mm-hmm.
And I think the possible fallout from rope dart, the potential to completely brain yourself is quite high. So it's, I think is it 500 grams, the dart, or something? It's a half a kilo, but
Okay.
it's swinging around at a crazy speed with a point on the end of it. Like, if you get that in the back of your skull, you're going to know about it. Like, even a glancing blow off your shin or off your knuckle or something,
Can you describe, just for viewers that aren't familiar with the rope dart, kind of
yeah,
just go
so the
through?
rope dart's probably the size of like a sausage, something like that, but it's metal, so it's solid steel, and it's just a pointed dart, but it's quite thick and chunky. Yeah, about half a kilo in weight. So
And
that
it's
on the
attached
end,
to.
that's attached to a 15-foot rope. So it's, and I guess the original aim of it is like chucking, I guess theoretically throwing rocks at people, but then being able to get your rock back.
Yeah.
So if you were like the concept of fighting with a rope dart and actually legitimately being in a fight with someone that's trying to beat you up with a rope dart blows my mind. Like, it
Yeah.
would be so hard. Like, it's hard enough swinging it around and looking fancy and firing it out and kicking it off your feet and all the rest of it, but actually having a scrap with someone, I don't know how someone would do that, really. I don't know how that got developed. I don't know if it's a case of, if you're up on a high wall and you're just throwing it down at someone and then pulling it back up and chucking it down, whether it started there and then it just got developed. But there are a lot of weapons in Chinese kung fu that were developed to showcase the school. So, like, demonstrating and theatre performances, like the Chinese opera, has been part of China for a long, long time. So having stuff that looks fancy has been, part of Chinese culture, like side by side with kung fu for a long, long time. So I wonder if the rope dart developed like that, rather than actually a combative weapon, whether
Yeah.
it's just something that looks so bonkers that it's just been merged into kung fu over time. But
Have you seen Kill Bill?
yeah.
What's her name?
Go Yugari.
Gogo Yugari. That has the. I mean, it's not a rope dart. It's a metal, like a.
More like a meteor hammer, but a big one.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, like a Macy type thing
yeah,
on
yeah,
the end. But the work that she does, like through her legs and wiping around, like
Around her
winding
neck
around her
and
neck and stuff like that.
yeah.
I mean, visually, I don't know how like technically similar it is, but visually, you could kind of link
draw some lines.
that. Yeah, there's a little bit of a relationship between the movements.
Sure. Now that's so. So she's basically doing Meteor Hammer. So Meteor Hammer is just quite a small ball, maybe a little like a Satsuma type size,
Yeah.
like solid ball, and some of it's similar to rope dart, but I guess there's a bit more smashing and whatever rather than sticking it and stuff. So yeah, it's pretty, like, in terms of what she's doing, it's relatively accurate. Like, she's good, but again, like, actually it looks believable on film, and that's the job of the filmmakers, to make that look like it's a legitimate weapon. But actually consider some, like, Saturday night testosterone fuel tight t-shirt guy that wants to take your head off, and you've got one of them. You'd be lucky to hit him once,
Yeah.
and he'd be so annoyed that you've hit him. That's the end of it. So the kind of film fighting that makes things look cool and arguably realistic, I just think, could you do that in the real world? I'd like to see it. I'd like to see someone try, like, give it a go. It'd be awesome if someone could and someone trained for that. But no, I don't think that's a realistic option. But it does draw people into kung fu, and if that's say if that scene in Kill Bill meant that more people went and found Shaolin and got training in Kung Fu and picked up rope darts, and then that's awesome, right? That's what you want. You want people to get involved, as long as they're realistic, I think, about what it is they're doing. Like, it's, but like on the rope dart point, like in terms of it being difficult, I did just for hobby, I did a bit of circus stuff in the past, like a bit of juggling and, you know, poi when it first came out in the old days. So swinging stuff around my head and understanding where that is when I can't see it now comes fairly naturally to me. I don't have a problem with swinging stuff around. But if you don't have that body awareness and you're swinging a rope dart behind your back and you can't feel where it's coming or where it's going to pop out, then rope darts are a scary weapon. Really, really scary. And learning where it is the hard way is a really, really hard lesson. So
you have to wear like a helmet and like padding on your back and stuff. I mean, I would think it's no. You just gotta.
Yeah.
It might be the day.
there's also no build up, so there's no weapon. It's not like bow, staff, and then spear, and then double-ended spear, and then, you know, like, or 3-section staff. There's no obvious progression with rope dart. You just off you go, like you're starting, you're doing it. But again, like, you could just learn rope dart on its own. You don't need Kung Fu to do rope dart. There's some bits that would look way better if you had a decent stance and you had decent body connection and control. You can tell between the circus guys doing rope dart and the Kung Fu guys, like, instantly, like what training they've done. But you don't necessarily need it in order to be proficient with a rope dart. You just got to put the hours in and stove your head in. So.
Hope you all enjoyed this pod clip. Hit us with the Holy Trinity. Go to our Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube, which is @HomieAndTheDude. Like, follow, and subscribe to all of those. And thanks again, guys. Have an awesome day.